Okay, we're out on the water today. Justin's travelled down, spent the morning with us, and the conditions for today is unbelievable. We've got high wind and a load of rain. Now what I was doing a few days back, I've been trying out this new pattern. It's this little olive nymph or damsel, and it's been quite successful, but the conditions were totally different. What we had then was quite warm weather, flat calm, slight breeze. And what we've got today is a total contrast. So I've got all the wet weather gear on. I've just gone out now with the floating line to see how it feels, and it's manageable. And see if this pattern can pull as many fish as what it does do in the calmer, brighter conditions. To get an idea of the wind, you've got to have a decent back cast to get any decent line in this. Or you're going to be fishing downwind constantly. But with this pattern, what I was doing when the conditions were right, obviously I'm keeping it in the top foot of water. I was moving it quite quickly. I have seen one or two fish near the top, but not many. So there's a chance, but it may not be as productive as fishing in the flatter, calmer conditions. I think fishing this pattern, I get this feeling at the moment. I've done 5 minutes of casting already, and I got a feeling that this may not be the method or the pattern for the day. I'm sure if you persist with it, that you will pull fish with it. So there's Justin up on the other arm over there. Don't know, he's fishing on the top as well. I don't know if he's moved anything yet. Thing is, it may take a while. Sometimes you can stumble upon what the fish are wanting quite quickly if you get lucky, and if you've got enough fish in front of you. There we are, first fish. That's nice. That was okay. Why would anybody want to be out fishing in conditions like this? I'll be honest, we've had some of the best fishing in conditions like this. You're just never going to know until you're out there. But when you fish in conditions like this, there are a few things you've got to consider. The first thing would be your polarized glasses. You really need to be wearing them. I know for a lot of people, when you're in conditions like this, the polarized aren't always going to be the best bet. But you need some form of protection for your eyes, as you can never predict what these winds are going to do. And your tippet length is obviously going to be a bit shorter, making sure you can manage it really well in these conditions. And if you're fishing with a weighted fly, that is very important, that the tippet is that bit shorter. When you got winds like this every so often, you're going to have to make a mend to get a bit of depth. So that wind is going to pull that line round quite quickly. Mend it. It only needs a little mend just in front of the rod is enough to slow it up a bit. I think that was a fish then. Had a bit of a bump. It was more of a pull than a bump. You know, do is work my way up the arm. I've only had one knock and one fish on.
I've had about 15 follows.
Have you?
Yeah.
On the top?
Down here.
What you'll notice here is how calm this area is. It's probably the most sheltered part of the whole lake, but you still get caught out every now and again with the swirling wind. But out in front of us, it's probably averaging 8 to 10 foot of water, but there's a lot of weed in this area too, and if there's weed, there's a good chance there's going to be fish.
There's one on it, there's one. You come from a bit of distance for that fly. That's a tidy looking fish by the looks of it. You can see the bow wave. Justin did say that he was seeing a few fish in this piece of the water. Get down on the bank here.
Okay, just to make a point, I wouldn't recommend anybody get into the water in this situation. If you're looking down there, that water's very deep, and if your footing give way, or if the bank was to give way, you'd be in serious trouble. The difference here, I know the water like the back of my hand, but I also know how firm the bank is.
Sort of seen another fish by it then. It's funny when you hook a fish like that and they're moving about, you just sometimes see the fish comes to inspect. I don't know if they're checking out what's going on. But this thing is strong. Go. Good tail on him. Come on. Yeah. Just had another follow then. But the good thing about this pattern and fishing higher in the water and fishing faster, you always often see a sign. It's the bow wave coming up behind your fly. And a lot of these fish, what they're doing, they're sighting the fly. They're not higher in the water, they're sitting lower. And they're seeing the fly going by. And they're coming up for it. My line behaved a bit funny then. Not sure if a fish picked that up straight away. It went off to the side. Just backtrack a little. Have a few more casts in this area before I give it up. Move on. There you are. Oh, bloody hell. That looked another good fish. I just lost another nice one now.
I've hit another 3 and I've moved another 15, 16. See the bow wave after it, don't you?
Yeah.
Fishing on that bank now and back to the cabin.
Yeah. Quick coffee.
Coffee. And a flag shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Quickly down there and I'll see you in the shed.
Yeah.
For a lot of the times, people would struggle in these conditions. But for ourselves, we are fishing in conditions like this more regular. And what we're doing, we're keeping the rod tip a little bit lower. The wind is a lot less aggressive as you get lower to the ground. And the cast, we're doing nothing different. We're making sure that we're loading the rod properly and we never force it. Keep it as you would. But another thing to be aware of, the wind isn't constantly blowing. Once you stand in it for a while, you'll soon realise there are breaks, much like the waves on the sea. So what you do is you time your cast for the break. And obviously the rod plays a big part. If you've got a faster action rod, in these conditions will make it that bit easier.
Whoa, I seen one go for it then. Big flash. Didn't make contact. There's another one there then. And again, come in. Don't know if you see the bow wave on the camera. Justin did say he had quite a few follows in this arm, so it seems like they're following.
Okay, there's a few things you could do if you find that the fish are constantly just chasing. First thing I would do is try varying the retrieve. Try a slower retrieve or a faster retrieve before switching the pattern. And if that doesn't seem to work, you can always switch the pattern normally to something either a lot smaller or a lot larger. Now in this case I would normally go larger because I know Justin has had plenty of follows and he's fishing with the smaller patterns, and I already know that he would have fished it at different speeds. But for me, I won't be switching, as I'm trying to find out more about this pattern.
Bloody hell. How many flies you got on? Two.
The olive musket, they've all been taken. I've had about 5 or 6 follows on natural pheasant tail musket, just follows.
Yeah.
I've had, I don't know, 10 follows on the point again. And I've pricked another 4 or 5 on the point. So they're basically olive.
And that's high, isn't it?
Oh, that's probably
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Show everyone your new tackle box. We won't show them what's in it because you've got some secret flies, haven't you? Tidy kit, that. I won't bother. You've got zips there, rods go in there, plenty of room, lines, tippets, little fly boxes, reels. Could fit 4 rods possibly in there.
Might fit more.
Wouldn't you? Fit more.
Yeah.
You take them out the tubes and you can in the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with
Yeah.
2 in there, so I only got 3 now.
Then there's mine. It's what the pillow came in. You can use these are quite handy.
This is the arm where Justin was pulling more of the fish earlier on. What we decided is both of us to fish it. I'm obviously on this bank and Justin's on the opposite bank. And Justin has suggested that we keep the pattern a lot higher and moving it a lot faster. So by doing this, we should end up with a more positive take. When you're trying to present something a lot slower and picking up on the more delicate takes, it's going to be very difficult in these conditions. But I think the most difficult thing that we've had so far today is controlling the line. The wind isn't just blowing in one direction. At times it seems to be more like swirling. So the less time the fly line is in the air, the safer it's going to be.
I've seen him come in, the bow wave. Oh, yeah. Huh?
And again.
Oh yeah. Justin into one there now. There's mine down there.
Oh, lovely take flowers.
And me. There's one following.
Yeah, see it.
Whoa, big turn on it then. I've seen the flash.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, he jumped right beside you. Turned another one then. Oh, Jesus. Followed me right in then. Yeah, go on, yes. And you. Hey, what do they call that? Double up. Double up. Yours like mine, right in the margin. Jesus, yeah. I tell you what, lovely fish.
Yeah, they are.
Full finned a lot. You still have to, look. Here he comes. Oh, I pulled too hard then. I lost my line out my hand. Justin in again. Yeah. Yeah, it's a small one as well. They're getting smaller as we're working down. Here he comes. Oh, see that bow wave then? His back was out the bloody water. And he's in again. Well, that was absolutely brilliant, really good fun. It certainly makes up for the conditions when you're getting weather like this and it's still very blustery, but the fishing has been awesome and we've seemed to hit the fish in that one area and they're just going for it and fish their tails are full fin, hard fighting fish. And you can see the bow waves as they're coming at them. It's quite exciting really as you're retrieving, and a lot of fish are coming up and they're bumping and you're not quite getting a good hook hold with some of them. But Justin, he's pulled, I don't know how many fish he's pulled there now. So Justin's on the size 14 olive nymph and I'm not sure what he's got on the dropper. I'll check with him, but he's picking a lot of fish up on that setup. But he's fishing on the drop-off on that island side there. And it seems like there's a lot of fish there, because when he was busy netting his fish, I'd poach his swim and I was putting it out there and there was a few fish going for the fly. But it is really good fun. So what we're going to do, we're going to have another tea break and we'll probably give it a quick go again. And we've only been something like 2.5 hours we've been at it now, but it's been brilliant. And one of the boys had gone home. He did struggle a little bit. It's due to the wind forecast, you know, sometimes on camera it doesn't look that bad, but it really is gusty. There he is! Here he comes.
He's coming?
Yeah, he just dropped off it. Here he comes again. following again then. Perhaps I need to speed it up. God, there's plenty of them turning on it.
Another one turned on me there.
Same here. Perhaps I'll just slow it down then.
That's fine.
Again.
No.
No, I know they're coming up, they're looking at it, they're chasing it for a while and then giving up.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a bump that time, a bit deeper. Turning on it all the time, but they're not actually making contact, they're just buggering around with it. Ah?
Oh, fuck it, 3 times.
Yeah, at last. Oh, bastard. Yeah, the way it came back, it was so aggressive, wasn't it?
Good take that, all.
Yeah, I seen the bow wave, do you see it? And I thought to myself, I was thinking that it was going to turn off again, you know?
Yeah.
Because they've been coming at it, but it did look a bit more aggressive than the norm. So I just kept a steady figure of 8 and it hit it. Unreal. Okay, that's unbelievable. Obviously get back out there this time. Both Justin and myself, we were moving plenty of fish, plenty of follows, but they weren't really committing. That last fish, I didn't really expect it because we've been getting them fish following, we're retrieving and they're following, and then they're turning off last minute. And I've seen this one, it did look a bit more aggressive the way it approached the fly, but it just hit me so damn hard and snapped me off straight away. I only ended up with one of them particular patterns with me. I did have 2, I gave one away, so that's that done for the day. Yeah.
I've seen that smash it with the way it bounced back. I knew you'd.
No, I couldn't believe it. And as I say, I didn't expect it. I just thought, it will turn off, and it just boom. Do you know what I mean? Justin has just gone. He's got a good run to get home, so he's headed off. We're just gone past the middle of the day, and I'm about to pack up. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up and give us a comment. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care.